Yo, what's up? What's up, man? Reality Vibes Media, man, back again with another one. And topic of discussion today is right. We're gonna be talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene and her decision to resign from her position as a congresswoman in representation of the 14th district of Georgia. So basically, she made a video explaining how she's going to resign in January, basically. But all of this is just a continuation of like her ongoing issues with like her own party and the president Donald Trump. So I feel as though all this is just Marjorie Taylor Greene waking up and smelling the coffee, like waking up and seeing how negatively the Republican Party is being viewed in America and by citizens. I believe that when she saw that when we had those elections a few weeks ago and Democrats were just sweeping everybody. Democrats places you didn't think Democrats would win, Democrats won those elections. It just goes to show that the average American is fed up with what's going on in this country due to the current administration, due to the policies and actions of this administration, this neo-Nazi administration ran by Donald Trump and his Republican cronies, right? So with her, I feel as though with her seeing that and seeing how angry so many Americans are and knowing that she does not see the Republicans like holding as much power as they have today in the near future. She does not see Republicans coming out on top when midterms come around. So that's why she started to make a complete 180 in regards to like her stance on the Epstein files, an example, which has caused her to have a negative situation with Donald Trump. So basically, she's decided to change her perspective on the matter so that she can change her image to the American people. She doesn't want to come off as in league, so to speak, with the current administration and her Republican colleagues. She wants to paint a good image. So just like basically, right? So with that being said, I feel like she's just faking the funk, and I feel like we need to remember who she was before. So that's why like I wasn't really caught up with her like that. Shout out JS Candid for dropping that video with the breakdown on the history of Marjorie Taylor Greene and her history in politics. Like I asked, I really appreciate it. So with that bit of info, help me to even make this, like help me to better explain myself in this video right here. So shout out to you, man. But yeah, basically she faking the funk. And as far as her going against Donald Trump when it comes to the Epstein files, that's how their relationship got bad, because she's basically, to save face, she wants the Epstein files released. She's adamant about the Epstein files being released now, keyword now. She didn't have well, you feel me? Now she's adamant about it. I don't want to make a mistake and say she's always felt that way, but now she's extra, like she's extra with it. So Donald Trump is like, hey, went out of his way to start like speaking bad on her and stuff like that. So, which I do agree with her saying like it does affect her in a negative way to have the leader of the cult, the MAGA cult, against her. They're gonna follow his energy and direct it towards her as well, right? So I agree with her as far as saying like it puts her in a negative and a dangerous place. So that's that's basically. So basically, I agree with her in saying that. But now back to their situation. Also, when asked about the relationship between him and her, he made it known that it's a him versus her situation and not a her versus him situation. So with that being said, like Miss Candid explained, and which I agree with, by the way, is that this is me. I'm the one ending this relationship, not her. Don't get it twisted. And the fact that she still calls him, she's still been trying to reach out to him and stuff like that, shows me that she's not. She's still trying to get in the good graces of Donald Trump. That's another red flag that lets me know that you're faking the funk. Now, also when it comes to her resignation, it comes a few days after she's able to qualify to receive her pension, her $15,000 a month taxpayer pension paid by the American people. Very that's very convenient. But as far as the resignation goes, I feel like Jasmine Crockett is implying she just couldn't handle the pressure, and I feel like that's a part of it as well, man. Like I feel like she could send that type of energy towards others, like when there was an issue with Nancy Pelosi's husband being targeted due to her being a Democrat and due to radical right people from the radical right targeting them in a negative way. I don't know if he was hurt or not, but he was targeted. So, but when it comes to her, she can't handle it. She can't take that type of pressure. So, like Crockett said, like you couldn't even handle 1 week of pressure, basically. So she's stepping down from Congress. Also, I feel like she's planning to run for something else. I feel like she's planning to run for like governor or maybe even the presidency or something of that nature, which requires her to resign from Congress. She can't run if she's on Congress. And I would like the American people, if that is the case, and she does decide to run for governor or something of that nature, or anything in politics, period, do not fall for the funk. Do not fall for this act, because like when I first seen her speaking out against Donald Trump, I was like, man, maybe she's having a change of heart, man. Maybe she's coming around and shit. Until like I got briefed on her history, man. Like she got a crazy negative history, man. It's way too much stuff on her record, man. Especially when it comes to like speaking down on people of color, speaking down on black people, calling people using racist terms and terminology in regards to black people, like calling black people ghetto and speaking on black women's weaves and stuff like that, man. Like that to me is like that's too much of racist like energy for me to like ignore, especially like when I heard about her like having a dialogue with Nick Fuentes, like being like having a conversation with Nick Fuentes or being on his show or something like that, right? But Nick Fuentes is a racist white nationalist, right? Why are you and him buddy? And I noticed like when the reporter asked her about the situation, he was like, asked her about the civil rights movement being a joke or not supporting the civil rights movement or something like that. But she never spoke. She spoke about the other issues as far as like something else that it didn't have anything to do with in regards to black people, but it was something else. And she explained that she doesn't feel that way, right? But why couldn't you say something about how the reporter mentioned how Nick Fuentes has a negative view of the Civil Rights Act? Why didn't you talk like make mention of like, no, you do not feel that way? I really paid attention to that, man. Like I feel like she can't be trusted. I feel like all of this is like all of this is just politics, but politics to be clear. I feel like that's what this is, and I feel like that's what she's doing. So I don't feel like she's gonna do something that's not in her best interest. So I do feel like she plans to later run for maybe a governor position. I do feel like she plans to run for governor. But I want my state of Georgia to know that she cannot be trusted. I want my people to know that I do not we should not trust her. I feel like that's how I feel in my heart. Like I feel like we should not trust this woman. I mean, I commend her for like finally speaking out in regards to the to what this current administration has been doing wrong in regards to this country, as far as like the SNAP benefits, the health crisis, the Republican health crisis, these tariffs, the economy, all of that. But where was this energy when you was like this with Donald Trump? You never. Where was this energy when? Where was this energy when he dropped that big so-called beautiful bill? Like, why all of a sudden? Why now? Why after the Democrats swept in this past election? Why now? That's the question. That's the main question I have with this. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. And like I said, man, shout out JS Candid, man. Really getting me in tune with these politics and helping me get better at explaining my stance on these topics and my stance on like how I feel in regards to certain political subjects. I do realize that it's I like this, man. Like it forces me to do my research a little bit more, and like I feel like the more that I go, I'm gonna get better at this shit, man. So like, do your boy a favor, man. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, share the video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too, man, so you can stay updated with me every time I drop some content, man. So, but that's all I got for today, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I'm out.